Hi guys, welcome back to Samasa on Bass, and today we have an Eden 550 Traveller head which is part of the World Tour series. And the reason I bring this up is they don't make this model anymore, and I think on the two new models that they have, the EQ is quite similar in that it has a semi-parametric 3-band mids, which I find really cool. And the other cool thing about this amplifier is it's got a valve in the preamp, and that valve gives it a nice warm tone. So I think in the last video we were reviewing the GK 1001 RB, and that has a kind of very punchy, driven, aggressive tone to it. I mean, you can tame that down, but its basic character is very in your face. The Eden, on the other hand, is what I always like to say is a prettier sound. It's surely fits into different styles of music, but I think it suits more the softer styles where you want the bass not to be as aggressive. And it's quite simple to use. There is a compressor built into this that largely works off the setting of the gain control. To set the gain, you pull out this knob, which is the enhance control, which gives it that nice sparkle, and then you bring up the gain till you see that LED flashing and back it off a bit, and then you get a sort of level there. Now you can go up a little bit from there, and when it's flashing red now, it's the compressor kicking in. Well, that's very subtle. You can turn it up a little bit more and get a bit more compression on it, but you don't want to get it to the point where it starts to clip, because this is not like a valve overdrive that's nice and smooth. It actually clips and it sounds not very nice at all, not very pleasant. So you don't really want that, but it has enough compression that is satisfying most people. The beauty of this amp is that, say with the lowest part of the mids here, if I boost that, it gets from really thick and really low to kind of where a normal mids would be, and at that point it's a really nice setting for fretless basses. But it allows you to dial in quite a few different and nice tones. So let's have a listen to a few. So you can tell right away that EQ is very powerful. And this amp is 550 watts, I think, into 4 ohms. The interesting part about it is you can actually drive it at 2 ohms if you have to. I don't really recommend you do that. I think 4 is pretty good, pretty safe, but it will go down to 2 at a pinch. That enhanced control I use sparingly, but it sort of adds highs and lows and gives you a really nice slap tone when you want it. The EQ is not harsh on this. You can tell it's got a mellower sound. It's still very punchy, but I just think it's a pretty sound. It's really quite nice if you're playing the kind of music where it fits, and it can get aggressive too if you want to dial in some higher mids. So Tiki really has a lot of range. And the reason I brought it up, as I said, you can still pick these up on the second-hand market. I think the new ones are pretty much the same sort of deal at about 600 watts and 800 watts or something like that. But I really like this one, and I've just popped it in this rack to protect it. On the back panel, there is a lot of connectivity. So if you are looking for things like auxiliary ins, this has it. It's actually got a left and a right, so you can use perhaps a stereo effect or something like that. It's got a send and return for the effects. It's got a DI with a ground lift and a DI level. It has a tuner output, and it's got 2/4 inch jacks for the outputs and one of the twist style. So you can connect virtually 3 cabinets to it like that. And one of the reasons I like that arrangement on the back is because with the 2 auxiliary inputs, I can virtually use my Alembic F1X preamp, sit it on top, and put the output of that into this. It bypasses the preamp on the of the Eden and goes straight to its power amp. So in effect, I have the Eden's preamp section with a valve and the Alembic's preamp section with its own EQ and its own valve. And then if I'm using a fretted and a fretless bass, I can dial in the tones for each, plug them in, and then just turn the volume on the bass, quickly swap, and I'm ready to go. And I don't have to make any tone adjustments, any gain adjustments or volume adjustments like that. So it's a really good thing. So I'm very fond of Eden gear, especially some of their cabinets that you can get with this type of amp, and I think they're still available largely. They've got a nice sound. They're just a different take on sound, and as I said, some people will say, for example, a GK 1001 RB, it's a bit harsh or it's a bit dry sounding or whatever the case may be, and they like a sweeter tone. Maybe this is more suitable for what they're doing. And it's not about one being better than the other or anything like that. It's simply you have a choice of different flavors and you would choose the one that suits you the best or you like the best. So it's kind of like ice cream. Some people will like chocolate, and other people will say, "No, I can't stand chocolate, I want pistachio," you know, and so it goes. So I just thought I'd go a brief rundown on this. And as I said, you can still pick them up on the second-hand market for a half decent price, and they're a really good amp. And this has always been very reliable for me. So once again, thank you for watching and spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. Keep well, keep making music, keep playing bass. God bless, and I'll see you at the next video. Thank you very much.